What up YouTube, Topaz Yates back for another review, and this was to that Lil Yachty, Nothing to Prove, and I'm giving this one the red light. And here's my thing though, I like Lil Yachty. Not so much as a musician because obviously he's not very good, but it's not Lil Yachty's fault. Like, everybody wants to point the blame and say, I'm so much better than Lil Yachty, and all of this nonsense, want to put the whole weight of the commercial industry on Lil Yachty's back like it's his fault for this. When it's not. When the reality of it is, it's your fault that the music industry has allowed an individual like Lil Yachty to succeed. You feel me? Because it all starts from the grassroots of people. When you decided, okay, I'm just going to listen to whatever the music industry pumps out because they're the ones in control of the radio, they're the ones promoting everybody, and I'm going to give respect to people who are signed to these labels over the independent artists that's out here trying to come up from the grassroots. When the masses of people decided we're going to do this, then you gave all of the power to these corporations that could care less about the hip-hop culture and such, man. And when you do that, you see exactly what they're doing. They're pretty much stripping down any artist that has anything to say. They're not really promoting anybody like that unless you're a white artist so that they can take the money from this genre and bring it back to their community. You feel me? Like, you allowed this to happen. So am I going to sit up and be upset that Lil Yachty is finding his own success because there is a market out there for him so he can feed his family so that he can go out there and be great? Nah, I want him to go and do his thing. But I want the grassrooted individuals, start supporting your own rappers and stuff out there, man. Help individuals come up from nothing so that you won't have to sit up and deal with what these people who don't care about your culture is forcing on you. You feel me? And that's the way that this game has got to change. But let's go ahead and break this joint on down from the top, man, with the song Give Me My Respect. As I like the energy, the production wasn't that great, but yet it kind of just blended well together because, like, Lil Yachty and the beat, they're not the most elite, but yet sometimes it can work together. You feel me? As it's kind of interesting because it's contrary to the album title. As we all should know, Lil Yachty is not skilled enough to go ahead and make a concept album. But yet the album title is Nothing to Prove, which alludes to I ain't got nothing to prove to any of you people who've been hating and dissing me all of this time and such. But yet for you to come right around and your first track is demanding your respect from other people, and he's trying to do it by spitting the quote-unquote best bars that he probably got on this project, man. It just goes to show the contrary that he's trying to prove himself to all of the people that's been knocking him, even though he's saying he got nothing to prove to him. And these things that he's saying, not great. Like how he's saying, I think we should call Ripley's because I don't believe what you're saying. If you guys remember the Ripley's Believe It or Not TV show, and there's a whole bunch of things that's around that. How he's saying, man, you old dudes is washed. You can go out and buy the most expensive watch, but you'll never get back the time. Like, that was decent. How he said, I'm at your crib, I'm dressed up in a mask like it's Comic-Con. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that these are phenomenal bars or anything like that. But we've heard far worse from the Juice WRLD and Future album that I reviewed a little earlier today and such. So I'm not entirely mad at this track, but it's not that great though. The next song I want to talk about is that Who Wants Smoke, as this is probably the best one out of the entire album right here, man. Well, the basic concept is simple. It's like, if you want the smoke or if you want an issue, I can pull up on you. You want it, you can get it. Well, there's really not much lyricism being spit here outside of Cardi B. But yet Cardi's bars ain't even all that good, as she's taking a shot here at Nicki Minaj, so it seems. How she's saying that you should be thinking about retiring. You need to go get your AARP or the AR is going to start firing. Not that great, but yet you can kind of tell who that might have been shot at. And she also says something kind of interesting, how said your coochie need potpourri. But you know, really the best aspect of this was the Offset verse. Even though he's not saying anything at all, to be real, but yet the flow that he's delivering here, pretty hot though. Like, See, you can be confused. Like, people who don't pay attention to lyrics will say that Offset is spitting here, and this is why everybody is anxiously anticipating a Offset solo album if Quavo's gonna get his own solo album. And with this verse, I somewhat understand that hype, but yet, when you begin to break it down, you realize he ain't really saying too much of nothing, as Yachty is saying all but nothing as well, but yet the production and the vibe of it all really makes this song go. The next song that was cool was that Falling in Love with Gunna on there, where this is just a simplistic concept right here where he's talking about, you know, the money, the drugs, the women, the success, everything about it. He's just falling in love with it all, just like Gunna is saying in his verse, all but the same stuff, but yet neither of them are actually saying anything that quotable, but yet the vibe of the production really makes this one kind of go to. But let's look at the examples of where Lil Yachty just goes completely bad. And look at the song Everything Good, Everything Right, where this has that whole good feel to it that Lil Yachty tries to take with the vast majority of his projects and such, man. Like, he tries to be the utmost positive individual, which I like that, but yet the production was rather whack right here. And when you break down the lyrics, a lot of people are questioning what it's about, and it's not because it's a super ambiguous type of song. It's just put together terribly. You feel me? Like, some people can be super ambiguous with the writing so that you never know what they're ultimately talking about. And some people are just so bad at it that they're not saying anything. And this is the latter. Where I believe this is ultimately a female that's trying to check up on Lil Yachty. Like, is everything good? Everything alright with you? And he's saying in his first verse, yeah, I'm good. I'm just counting up this money. He's all but just dismissing this chick because he really just ain't rocking with her no more, and he's going to be good regardless. Like, that's what I perceive it, but yet it could honestly mean anything until he comes out and says something about it. And that's what's really bad about this joint. Then you got songs like Riley from the Boondocks, where he selected the most dry production, as it's an overt reference to the Boondocks. And this is something that you can somewhat get used to with this generation, and pretty much everyone following how people are going to reference things like Boondocks, the cartoon, to Dragon Ball Z, the anime, and stuff like that. But the combination of that dry production and the fact that Lil Yachty struggles so hard as he attempts to fast flow and all that, man, when he overtly don't have the skill set to just rap normally. Then you got the songs where he got his features that we should lightly touch on, like that Get Drip with Playboy Cardi, that Saint Laurent with Lil Baby, and that Yacht Club with Juice WRLD, man. I'm not gonna go deeply into them. I'm just gonna tell you that all of them are pretty whack, to be real with you. But yet this is the standard level of performance that you can come to expect from all of these individuals. Overall, not a very good project right here, just based off the core fundamentals that Lil Yachty just simply lacks. He doesn't have lyricism, he doesn't have flow, he doesn't have much of anything, you feel me? So I'm gonna give this one, man, a 3 out of 10, because even though it's lacking in every direction, there's still some elements within here that is somewhat enjoyable, just far from enough to make this a project that I would recommend. You could definitely skip past this one, but I would still say listen to it one good time, just off the strength of the fact that I do like Lil Yachty, and I'm not gonna completely trash this. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpads.com, that's down there, to read today's article.